welcome back to this DE block focused today on the more general issue of technology. There's a value to having conversations among faculty and also with our students about the challenges that we may all experience with technology, and of course, in this context, with Canvas DE technology that we're all engaged in as faculty and students. If there is frustration about technology up front, whether for the instructor or the student, it can almost immediately hijack the learning about content that needs to be taking place in the DE class. We want the technology, idealistically, to be seamless. We want it to be something that provides the content, provides the information, provides the learning for the students, but doesn't draw attention to itself. And that's, I think, the real key with using technology in the DE class. What I would suggest to you is if we look at these two areas, we want to say that technology and content really relate to one another, and it's not like the technology is overriding the content. They are seamlessly connected in some effective ways in your Canvas class. Really, it's important to say, let's not get frustrated with the technology, either as a student or a faculty member. Let's take some positive action. So here are some tips for us for faculty members. Rely on available Canvas guides, trainings, and video resources. Reach out to those with experience, including your discipline colleagues, particularly those who have taught in a DE format before. Don't try to do everything at the beginning. Build things up over time. If you're new to Canvas, if you just completed the Canvas training, don't try to do everything in that first term that you're teaching with Canvas. Don't use forms of technology that don't work for you. Just because your colleague said, hey, you've got to use this new cool app, it doesn't mean that that app authentically is going to connect to your expertise or your approach or style of teaching your particular area of content in your discipline. Use an upcoming professional development activity to learn technology that is particularly challenging to you. We actually offer many of those on campus, so reach out to any of us if you have questions about those professional development opportunities. And I would say Canvas is pretty easy with a little bit of work and a little bit of training. Now, what are some tips for our students with technology? You can pass these on to them if you like. First, let students know about the Canvas guides to help them out with some tricky areas in Canvas. Provide students with LTCC Getting Help resources related to technology, really all over the place. We're building a lot of that out in 2019 with the CVC-OEI grant, including a student guide. Provide a reasonable expectation policy related to any technology issues. So what happens if there's an outage? How do you deal with that outage? Don't assume that all young students are technology natives. Just because a student is young, it doesn't mean that he or she is going to be great at a DE class. So don't make that assumption, because I think it could lead to some challenges in the classroom. Transform excitement for or experience with technology, even in non-educational forums like social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, into energy for classroom learning and teaching. If your students love social media or YouTube, can you deploy that in some way that will make it more effective for you as you're trying to deliver your technologically assisted content in your DE class? At this point, please continue to your next block.